What's up, everyone? My name is Connor Fear. I'm the host for the Football is King show. I'm with my co-host, Jay Riley. Jay, what's up, buddy?
What's up, bro?
Uh, this is our second episode for the Football is King show, which is dedicated for the Louisville Kings. We did a show not long ago after the introduction of the Louisville Kings, and we're going to be covering it, and we want to talk about more stuff because we had some more information come out recently, and not like big news necessarily is coming out, but like what the purpose of this episode in particular is before the actual news comes out. We want to go ahead and make some predictions and stuff. This is kind of like a pre-show to the news that's going to break probably for our next episode. What we're speculating, but there was some news that broke recently, and basically a timeline has been announced on when we're going to be getting a head coach announcement, uniforms, rosters, and schedules. Those are the things that we all are definitely waiting on. But before we talk about that, Jay, I mean, we've had some weeks to digest the news that did break for the Louisville Kings. So, like, what's your thoughts, feelings, and what do you have to say about what we know about the Louisville Kings right now?
I'm pumped. I'm ready to watch some football, some spring football, and see the little Kings get out there and whoop some butt.
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta be excited that we got here in our home state of Kentucky.
Exactly, and especially with it being, like you just said, in our home state of Kentucky, and it's on down the road. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Because I mean, we do got college football. We got UK, we got Louisville, Western Kentucky. Every now and then EKU if we want to go to those games.
Yep.
So we got college, professional. I mean, if we want to go, the closest to us would be either Cincinnati, compared to where we live, Cincinnati or Nashville. So
or Nashville, yep.
You can even throw in Indianapolis.
Yeah, or you can even throw in Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's just 4 hours from here, 5 hours from here, something like that.
I think it's a little further because from Cincinnati to Cleveland, I mean, so Cincinnati to Columbus is about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So you probably got.
So you're all right. So you're looking about 7 hours in.
I think we're probably closer to Charlotte than we are Cleveland, I would say.
Okay. So like I said, we're so it's about 7-8 hours to Cleveland.
We got about 3 NFL franchises we're close to, I would say.
Yeah.
And then you could say Charlotte, Atlanta. I mean, Cleveland ain't too bad. Pittsburgh is like, I wouldn't say, actually Pittsburgh's like 6.5 maybe from here.
Yeah.
It ain't terrible, but
so what's your thoughts and feelings and everything? How you feel about this?
Well, right now, especially because because season tickets came out recently.
Yep.
You could make a deposit, and now you can actually buy your season tickets right now, which the ticket prices are great, depending on where you're going to sit. Because starting prices for tickets are like $13-14, I think.
Yeah.
And then I mean they go up from there, but like the max ticket you're going to be paying per game is $130. That's for
that's cheap too.
That's not bad, no. But like you and me were looking at tickets and where we want to sit, or I guess stand, because we're looking at getting the general admission.
Yep.
But those tickets are only going to cost us $60 for 5 games. So, I mean, those are great prices, and then we're right there on the action in a great stadium. So, and ticket prices right now are looking really, really good right now.
They're looking dang good
compared to the other 2 new teams. Right now, it looks like we got the most excitement right now. And we've talked about in the past. There's in the UFL. There's two really good fan bases, and then there's we'll talk about that later because we're going to get into talking about attendance and everything. But right now, you got the Battlehawks and you got the DC Defenders.
Defenders, yep.
Those are the top two fan bases in this league.
Top two loyal fan bases in the league
right now. Just with the feeling I got, it looks like Louisville's going to be probably right at third, which is great.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So we'll get into it, but I'll just kind of briefly go over some of the news that came out recently. So, and this is coming from Mike Rapoli, who is the what is his role? He's a co-owner with you got The Rock and his ex-wife, but Mike Rapoli announced that the head coach will probably be announced sometime in December, hopefully early December, and then rosters, schedule, and uniforms are going to come out sometime between December and January. I'm assuming. I think uniforms will probably come out maybe late December.
Yeah, late December, early January.
I think roster and schedule will probably come out after New Year's. Is what I'm
guessing. I'm thinking February, something like that.
Yeah, I think that stuff will be out earlier because they'll have to. I'm sorry. Let me change it up. I'll say mid-January, early February. I'll say that. Yeah, because I'd say February they're probably going to still try to. They're gonna fill rosters, but they might not have all the spots filled.
Right. Yeah.
But they'll have. I'd say a majority of them filled. Which, a majority of them technically already are, but we still haven't had the announcement yet of the three teams that were disbanded, where they're going to go. I think we have an idea based off of the people that are within the organization, and especially with ours. Looks like we're getting Memphis Showboats. That's what we're expecting, and then Columbus. I'd say they're going to get Michigan, which congrats to them. If they get the coach, they get the roster. They're gonna have a great coach.
They're gonna have a heck of a team. We'll say that.
Yeah, they will. And then that would lead Brahmas probably going to Orlando.
Yeah.
But then some other news broke too. We got to talk about this just a little bit. Daryl Johnson. It was the vice president of football operations for the UFL. He was originally with the XFL, and then when they merged, he retained that role. They did not renew his contract, so we did get the announcement that all the GMs from the teams were technically fired. They did not renew their contracts. They're not going to have GMs for the team, so I would assume that the head coaches are probably going to have that GM role.
Yep.
But
that'd be crazy, being a head coach and having a GM role, especially being a GM. That'd be insane.
Yeah, but with how small the team is, though, it makes sense that they're gonna. It's kind of like a head coach for college, right? Like most of them are the GMs of those teams, right? And I know some colleges are getting GMs now. But they're going to be in charge of getting the players, and they're the head of the guy, other than the people that own the teams.
On the team, right? I got you. Okay.
Right now, there's just a body of people that own every team. It's not separate owners, but Daryl Johnson, he was San Antonio Commanders GM back when the AAF was in operation back in 2019. So he became the VP of football operations for the XFL, retained the role when the league merged. He was also a former fullback for the Cowboys, won 3 Super Bowls within 11 seasons, and he currently calls games for Fox. And a big reason why this is kind of news is because I know Scooby. You remember Scooby Wright?
Yep.
Played for the Defenders.
Yep.
Great. Well, he played for the Defenders and the Stallions. But he was a fan of Daryl Johnson. I know he made a tweet saying that he was a he was all about the players and everything, and that's all good and dandy. But like we talked about in our last episode, it seems like there's a whole restart and refresh with this league.
Yep.
They're gonna manage it and produce it to fit what will make it successful. And in our state in particular, we have some teams to compare with here, especially in Louisville. You got a minor league baseball team. You got the Louisville Bats.
Mm-hmm.
Successful. Fans like to go to those games. We got the Legends in Lexington. People have been for years. They've been loving going to those games. They got a really good fan base.
You got not to mention the Louisville Cardinals. Their basketball, football, baseball, whatever. People show up for those big time games when they play big time opponents.
College, yeah. I mean, it's a big college town. But then you got the Bats. You also got their new soccer team that's been very successful.
I forgot about their soccer team. Yep.
Men's and women's. And then in Lexington, you got the Legends. Obviously, you got UK. And then you got a new soccer team too that's kind of taken off a little bit as well. So, as far as just events to go to. Sporting events, they are here, and now we got something new in the spring that people will kind of go to enjoy. We're just kind of. I don't think it's going to be. It's not like it's going to be huge nationally. I think as long as it's successful locally, I think that is what their focus is. They're wanting it to be now. These games are going to be televised. They're going to be on ESPN.
Right. Yep.
They're going to be on Fox. And from the ratings in the past, it seems like those, because a lot of them have had to compete with basketball and baseball, and a lot of times they actually have more ratings than basketball.
And baseball. Exactly, I agree. Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
So I mean, if you just look at what we have locally here to go to, as long as it's got that fan base and everything, everything's going to be good, and it's going to be something exciting for people in this state and within the area to go to. But and then another thing to compare to, I don't know if you've ever been to Knoxville for Ice Bears games.
Yes.
If it's anything like that.
And then it should be a great turnout.
That's not a big league at all,
No.
But if you want to go to an Ice Bears game in Knoxville, you got to get your tickets not necessarily ahead of time, but you need to get your tickets at least the day before. If you wait, because I tried going right before the game started, and you could not get tickets. So if it's an event like that, basically you're in a city, you're looking for something to do. Ice Bears games, for instance, in Knoxville, Legends, the soccer teams in Louisville, you got the Louisville Bats, all those. I mean, people just love to go to events and have something to go to and look forward to, and that's what the UFL is offering with the Louisville Kings. So.
Should be a fun year, fun springtime.
It should be, and I think the excitement is there. The hype is rising.
The hype's building up.
So, we'll go ahead and we'll get into some potential coaches to talk about maybe that we might see here and one might get announced here in the next couple of weeks. But Jay, we've done some. You and me have kind of talked before that we started the show. We've done some research, and so here's a list of coaches that I was thinking that we might hear get announced here soon. But first one on the list. So we're possibly getting the Memphis Showboats. Players and maybe even some coaches. And one coach that I did some research on is Jerry Horton. He was the DC for the Memphis Showboats. He's a young coach. He was a USFL assistant coach of the year. Someone that is familiar with the UFL style and the talent pool. So I think that is possibly a name that that we might hear here in the next couple of weeks. He's probably first on my list. I know a lot of people might not know who this guy is, but if you're a UFL fan and you've paying attention, this is probably somebody who's up on the rise and might be the guy that's in charge of our team.
Yep. I agree. So the first coach on my list, I'm gonna say, is Pep Hamilton. He's coaching at Maryland. He's held 7 offensive roles for 7 teams. Just to name off a few: Colts, Bears, Jets. I think he'd be a good fit for the Louisville Kings. I mean, he's got the the role for it and even the experience. So I mean, I think it'd be a good fit for the Louisville Kings.
I'm actually a big Pep Hamilton fan. I don't know if you so when the XFL first started in 2020, I was paying attention to like the coaches that were coming in and the teams and stuff, and I was kind of torn between like the Battlehawks and the DC Defenders, and I had to watch the games like the first week to really like start rooting for a team. So I was a DC Defenders fan, and I mean I still kind of am. It's changed now that there's a team more local that I can root for. But Pep Hamilton was the head coach then for the DC Defenders, which they only played 4 or 5 games. But Pep Hamilton had things rolling there, man. He
had some good stuff going on.
That offense was really, really fun.
Yeah, I liked his offense.
And Pep Hamilton also, because he's on my list too. I think it's a stretch. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's in an NFL role, but I don't think he's in like a big NFL role. I think he's
actually, I'll tell you where he's at.
Where's he at?
He is at University of the Maryland Terrapins.
Oh, okay.
He is the OC for the Terrapins. Sorry,
he's
Terrapins.
The offensive coordinator. Wow.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know what he'd be paying compared to like, UFL. But man, like if they could get him and he wants to do that again, like that would be awesome. Because like,
I done my research. Because like you just said, wow, and I was kind of shocked myself to see he was at Maryland and now he's in the list to be one of the coaches of a UFL Louisville Kings team. So I was kind of amazed myself, honestly.
Yeah. Do you remember where he was also an OC at? What major college?
Michigan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, because he was there with
Harbaugh.
Yes, John Harbaugh.
Because he was featured a lot in that. They had that Amazon Prime documentary of the whole.
I remember.
But I mean, here's a list of quarterbacks he's worked with. You ready?
Yep.
Andrew Luck.
Stud.
Justin Herbert.
Stud.
PJ Walker.
Stud.
So he's a product of those.
He's a product of QBs. And
we can get into the list later on because there is a player that kind of goes with Pep Hamilton if he becomes coach. I think it's likely, but it's not very likely that he could be the head coach there. But I would be a fan of Pep Hamilton, especially. I'm an offensive guy, so like I would love to have an offensive guy. Now the other guy that we were talking about, Horton, he's a defensive guy, and we were looking at some of the potential roster players, and they were like we were naming them off. We'll name them off later, but so like some of the players on our list go hand in hand with these coaches, which is really good. Another one, because I was telling you earlier that when the XFL started, I was kind of torn between the Battlehawks and the Defenders. Another one on my list is Jonathan Hayes. He's the former St. Louis Battlehawks head coach during the 2020 season. So he's a proven head coach. He had a winning record. He's really a stable culture builder. So he had Jordan Ta'amu as his quarterback, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
I think that is a name that could possibly come up, though. So
it'd be nice to see him in that green and that Louisville Kings.
Absolutely. So Jonathan
all right,
Hayes.
so another coach I have would be Mike Nolan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like Mike Nolan. Did really good with the Michigan Panthers. Now, again, we don't know where all these guys are going to be. I guess the word is allocated to. But if I had to bet money, I would say Mike Nolan's probably going to be the head coach for the Columbus Aviators.
Yeah, that may be true, but I'm just saying I'd like to see Mike Nolan in some Louisville Kings gear. I mean, that'd be, see him run that offense, or see him run whatever. I'm down for it.
Yeah, I mean, and then the players that he had. We talked about it before. Out of all the rosters we would want the Michigan Panthers roster, but yeah. I think it makes more sense for them, especially if they can pull some of those Michigan Panthers fans to make the trip to Columbus. I'd say if they put Mike Nolan in that Columbus Aviators role, that probably makes the most sense.
It definitely makes the most sense.
As much as I hate it, because I think that's going to be our right off the bat. That's going to be our rival. And actually, Jay, I got a rival.
You think Columbus is?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I already got a rivalry name picked out for that rivalry.
Okay, hit me with it.
It's going to be the rivalry of I-71.
Ooh.
Mark it down, man. That is going to be our main rival.
I never thought about it like that. That'd be a heck of a rivalry right there, and especially the name of it too.
I hope week 1 that's the game.
Oh, for sure. You definitely want to play that week 1.
Maybe, we don't know yet. We can talk about schedules a little bit. I think if you're going to want to bring excitement back to the league and everything, maybe you go ahead and schedule all 3 of those new teams to open up that weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially so the games are going to be on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Yeah.
And if each of those days, say Friday night, Louisville Kings kick off first game of the year, that'd be sweet, right?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, a night game. And then you have Columbus on Saturday, Orlando on Sunday, or vice versa. I think that's the way to go. Or you go ahead and right off the bat, either Louisville plays at Columbus or Columbus plays at Louisville.
Yeah, bro. You know how exciting that would be. Start off, first game of the year, Columbus at Louisville or Louisville at Columbus. Bro, you talk about it
down right now, and it depends on how successful, how good our roster is and how successful our team is. That first game is probably going to be the biggest attendance, I would say.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
The excitement and everything, right?
Yes.
And we'll get into it later, but out of all, I got another coach here, and this one's probably rare to happen. I can actually see him being in the league because I don't know if any NFL teams are going to take him anytime soon. But Jay Gruden, maybe
brother of John Gruden.
Yeah, because he was a former Washington Redskins head coach. I think some of us know what happened there with him.
Yeah.
Not bad. He's a great offensive mind too, and he's coached in a number of leagues, just like spring football. So he'd be very familiar with it.
Oh, he'd be very good.
Um,
and like spring football.
Probably would fit in more at Orlando, but that is another person on the list that I could see and I would be happy with, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So is that your guy?
um, the research that I've done, I'm fine with Horton.
Okay.
I would say him, Hayes, Pep Hamilton, and then probably Jay Gruden would be on my those. That would be my list in that order.
Okay. So my last coach would be I would like to see this guy, but I just don't see I don't see it happening. Okay. I'm gonna say Scott Scatterfield.
From Cincinnati.
Yes.
Used to
Look,
coach. He used to coach at Louisville, so
boom, exactly. With him being at the Louisville Kings, he's very well known. It'll draw fans in. So that's what I think.
he would have to be available. But I don't
Exactly.
know if that would happen with Cincinnati right now, unless they just. I don't know because I mean, like we've talked about it with the college world. Some coaches have been, fired, let go, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Um,
But
he,
still,
he,
though, I'm just saying, you got a guy like Scott Scatterfield, Louisville, he used to coach Louisville, he knows the town, knows the city, this, that, and the third, and I think once the fans really get acquainted, I think it's ball game. I mean, that's the guy, but he's at Cincinnati doing his thing right now, but I would like to see him with the Kings.
Another one we could bring out too, because this name has been mentioned, is but he's on an NFL roster currently right now as a backup. Is Teddy Bridgewater?
I would like to see Teddy Bridgewater, also another former Louisville Cardinal.
That would be a name to get people excited, obviously, right?
Yes, that would really get people excited.
Is that one very unlikely? Yeah, probably because he's
Yes.
currently on a roster. It would kind of interfere with whatever contract he has right now. Apparently, that was in discussion. Rumors that
Yeah.
that was in discussion. I know we talked about it, I think, before on our last episode. But you know, he obviously made it on the Tampa Bay roster because he was he was coaching in high school last year. Did really well. He would just be a good culture guy. He'd obviously have to have a good staff around him. I think just because he's not, even though he's got really good football experience, he don't really have
Coaching experience.
professional coaching experience. But
Right.
that doesn't mean he wouldn't be successful. But if they're going to make the announcement here in a couple of weeks, they probably already got the guy in mind. We don't know what's
Right.
happening behind closed doors, but maybe somebody in the future, if say because I feel like in this league, the coaches, unless you're like a Skip Holtz or a Bob Stoops, who they're just doing it because it's fun for them. They don't have to put a lot of work into it, like they would at other schools or professional jobs.
Right.
Not saying that these guys don't put in a lot of work; they do, but like year long, they don't have to put in as much work. As they would coach in other places. But I'd say a lot of these guys, because in just from what we witnessed, like Reggie Barlow, who coached at DC, now he's at Tennessee State in Nashville. So like this is a good stepping stone for some of these coaches to get themselves either in the NFL
Recognized or exactly.
or at a big college somewhere. So
Yeah.
and I think that's what we're looking at here, like someone with a Jerry Horton, for instance, somebody who's on the rise and would have an opportunity to take control of this team. If he has success, he might go elsewhere, and that would open up the doors for someone like a Teddy Bridgewater, who probably is at the tail end of his career, anyways. So
Exactly.
those are some names I think we could see in the potential future. And then
I'm gonna stop you there for a minute.
okay.
So as you can see behind me here, we've got some merch out here. So be on the lookout for it. We got 3 different colors. We got black, green, and gray. So, be on the lookout for our merch, and it'd be out very soon.
4 different styles, right?
Yes, 4 different styles.
So
We got you got t-shirts, you got crew necks, and you got hoodies.
dry fit or
Oh,
regular, right?
dry fits. Yes. I'm
Yeah, we
sorry, I
got
forgot about the
3.
dry fits. My bad.
I'll probably be rocking the dry fits myself.
I'll probably be rocking a sweaty, like a sweatshirt or a hoodie.
Yeah, even if it's warm outside, you're kind of one of them hoodie guys, aren't you?
I'm a hoodie guy.
Yeah. And then another thing too that was announced because they've kind of been posting it on pretty much all social media platforms. I think it's bigger on Facebook right now, but they got a mascot. I don't know if you call it competition, whatever. They're going to be doing voting for the mascot to pick out the mascot here. I think within the next week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what the logo you see behind me is my creation for the mascot contest, which I had a different version than this recently, and I think on the Facebook page it had the most likes at the moment, but I just upgraded it to it was the same logo just with a t-shirt. Now I added the jersey on there too, so if you can get on the Facebook page and you see that logo, like it up so that this can be the mascot. I'm calling it King Louis after King Louis the 16th was a part of the reason why they're naming it the Louisville Kings. That and horse racing, also King of Sports. So if you see this mascot, please like it up if you like it. I think it's one of the best out there from what I've seen. And hopefully this is what the mascot kind of looks like.
I'm gonna say this. I'm kind of excited to wear our merch here, bro.
Yeah, man, we'll be rocking it on
We'll be
all of
rocking
our
some
episodes, and
exactly.
then definitely when we're at the games, we're gonna be
Yes.
we'll be rocking the merch. I'll
Bro.
probably get. Actually, I think the UFL shop is dropping later tonight. I think the new shop. So we need to look.
We
Look,
need to
yes.
look into that.
Yeah.
You know what else I was thinking?
What?
Beanies, bro.
Beanies would be nice, or hats. You know.
Yes.
We've talked about some other merch for some of our other shows that we do too. We'll be talking about that as well. But this is right now we're talking about the Kings. So, but
So, like I said, just be on the lookout for our shirts and stay tuned to our podcast. And we'll be rocking a football is king shirt here pretty soon.
absolutely. Well, we're going to move on to our next topic. We're going to talk about some players because we've already talked about it a little bit in our last episode. And like we said earlier, the rosters are not going to be announced until probably about a month, maybe a month and a half from now. But we can go ahead and still have those conversations because there's obviously from now till then there's going to be all kinds of news and rumors coming out, so we can kind of speculate what kind of players we will see. But Jay, I'm going to go through a list of quarterbacks I have here. I got 4 names down. Okay. And the first one we can go ahead and compare this with what we were talking about with Pep Hamilton. So let's say Pep Hamilton is the head coach for the Louisville Kings. I think if Pep Hamilton comes in, he's going to want to bring in players that he's probably familiar with. One of them we already kind of mentioned, P.J. Walker.
Yes.
XFL,
Massive fan draw.
XFL legend. He's been a backup quarterback for he was a backup quarterback for the Panthers and was it the Lions maybe?
Lions, yes.
Not a bad backup. But when he was in the XFL, man, he lit it up. He was the highlight.
He was on fire. He was a highlight. That boy was a highlight.
He was the MVP, in my personal opinion. He is the guy that fits the UFL style because I feel like if you're more of a mobile quarterback who can kind of do it all, throw it and do it with your legs, this is the league where you can be really, really successful. So P.J. Walker is first on my list. Is it likely? I'm about 50-50 on it, to be honest. because I think there's going to be some quarterbacks we haven't even heard of or haven't even had opportunity that are probably going to be in the league, as well as some other quarterbacks we're going to see that, like, we know that Luis Perez is going to be playing for the Dallas again. Birmingham has had a number of different quarterbacks, and looks like they're going to have some of the similar quarterbacks that they've had in the past, gosh, I can't think of their names right now. But I can think of their faces right now. I can't really think of their names, but like they had Matt Corral last year, and then Matt Corral was not going to be re-signed with Birmingham Stallions. He was signed actually with the Michigan roster, so whoever gets the Michigan roster is going to get Matt Corral. But let's see, another quarterback on my list. I got Kellen Mond, who has been in the league before.
That's one of the QBs I got on my list.
Former Texas A&M Aggie. He's also a mobile quarterback.
He is a free agent right now.
I would not be upset about that.
Not at all.
Especially a dual threat guy. I think that's going to be the fit. Then another one is someone who's already on the Memphis Showboats roster. He didn't start in a lot of the games last year, but we got Troy Williams. He used to be a Pittsburgh Mauler, which actually Pittsburgh made it to the championship a few years ago.
Stud.
He's not bad. But he was the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Maulers, and they lost to the Birmingham Stallions. But Troy did play for the Showboats for 2 years. Last year he had 592 passing yards in, I think he played about 7 games, I want to say.
Yep.
Not too bad. And then the fourth quarterback on my list, now he was with Birmingham, but here's the thing.
Oh, no. Who are you about to say here?
Well, Birmingham's got already they got 2 different quarterbacks. Oh, Alex McGough, remember him?
Oh yeah.
Who was the other one that he's kind of a mobile guy too. He's won some championships with him because he had McGough and then he had I can't think of his name right now. Anyways,
I can't think of his name, but it'll come to me.
Skip Holtz has his guys. Excuse me. Skip Holtz has his guys, though. But they also, because they had some injuries last year, Case Cookus actually got picked up. He was a former Showboat.
Really?
Yeah. He's played 6 years of spring football, so he's a vet.
He's a vet now.
So if he's available, I wouldn't be upset with him being on the.
I'd be a nice QB right there.
Yeah, I mean, a vet guy, guy that played pretty good whenever he was starting for Showboats. So, yeah, those are a couple of quarterbacks. I think on the last episode we mentioned some one quarterback who might be available because, of course, this is a league where you're trying to get guys in to the NFL, right? It's either you can be a career guy in this league or you can move on and get a chance to make it on an NFL roster and make some really good money. Who was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. It might come back to me. You go ahead and you have a list of guys as well, don't you?
No, you pretty much talked about the 2 guys that I think should be QBs. So.
Oh, no, we talked about Devin Leary. That's who we're talking about.
Yes, Devin Leary. Yes,
He used to former UK Wildcat, which they did say they're trying to get a lot of guys from within the radius of Louisville, and he would be one of them because he did get opportunity to play for the Ravens. He was on the Ravens. He didn't make the final cuts, and I don't think he made it on the practice roster. So Devin Leary could be a guy. I don't know if he'd be a starter or not, but that would be a guy.
That would definitely be the guy,
and someone that people in our state would be familiar with. All right, moving on to running backs. Jay, do you have any running backs you want to talk about?
Yes. So we've talked about this guy for the past two shows here. Um, and he would be overall, the a very well known name, Benny Snell. I'm just gonna go through, name some guys I've got. Abram Smith and Javion Leak are, probably some of the guys I'd like to see on the Louisville Kings backfield.
Abram Smith, former DC defender. Yeah, I'm very
Yes.
familiar with him. He did really well when he played there.
So with Abram Smith, he was a record-setting power back last year. So I
I think
mean,
he got released because of some injury issues, but if
yes,
he's
yes, he
healthy,
was. I think I read he had tore his ACL or something like that. So
unfortunate.
yes, very unfortunate. But for a guy like that, bounce back. The it speaks for itself. A record-setting power back. So I mean,
He's
he must
used
be
to
that guy.
he's used to that league and used to that style. Whenever I was watching the DC Defenders, like his name was there a lot. Like he did really good,
Yeah.
and they were a really good spread style team. So a lot of single back formations. So they were. So he was their main guy for a while there, and that would be a good addition. And I mean, they're going to have a running back by committee, right? So why not get someone like him? And guys, we got to get Benny Snell out there. Come on,
Gotta get Benny Snell out there.
we know he's interested. Okay, so we've heard it
Louisville
from.
Kings, if you're watching, please recruit Benny Snell. Go get the man.
He's ready, man, and that's going to be the face of your franchise. Everyone's going to want to see Benny Snell football in the bluegrass.
All right, so my other guy was Javion Leak.
Where is he from?
He was with the not the Defenders. Let's see, what is it? The Brahmas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was with the Brahmas. Got hurt, so they released him.
Oh, okay. What's he like?
He is a exclusive back.
Okay, so like third down.
Yep.
So if you have a bell cow like a Benny Snell, then you have someone like him who could on third down situations probably be in the backfield in a gun situation or probably be
third and 1, third and 2, third and 3, whatever.
or third and long. Third and long.
Yeah,
he's a guy that, he's a check down guy. Yeah, that's
exactly.
They're gonna need that. Another one I got on my list. Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Another one, and this was already somebody on the showboats. Now listen, when we're going over these stats and stuff too, you gotta put this in perspective too. Like these guys are only playing 10 games, so the stats aren't always gonna like pop off the page or all that.
Right.
But one of the backs that the showboats had was Darius Victor. He had 391 yards, just a few touchdowns, but that's probably a name that we're possibly going to hear. Which I know the showboats. Look, now I'll say this right off the bat: if we're getting the showboats roster, they're going to have to plug in some guys. They're probably going to get some guys from previous roster and then plug some other guys into that offense to make it an offense that's worth watching, that can produce, make plays, all that. Because we're going to go over some defensive players here in a minute, and when we go over some of the stats, I think you guys will be like, "Oh, okay, so this is going to be a defensive team, right?" Like, and we want to see a good defense, but at the same time, we got to have some offense too, because we don't want to be like Kentucky Wildcats, where they got an offense that struggles to put points up on the board.
Yep.
Going out there, getting 3 and out. You can have the best defense, but if your offense is going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, your defense ain't going to be able.
Your defense going to get tired real quick.
Yeah, so we got to have some offensive firepower. We got to have good quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, line, all that. I'll go over some receivers though. Jay, talk about one of the receivers we talked about in the past though.
So one of the guys I've got is Jonathan Adams. Jonathan Adams. Sorry.
Actually he's on my list too.
He had 400 yards, 2 touchdowns.
So not bad. He's probably like he might not be like a number one guy, but
Right.
if we can find somebody to
Um,
compliment him. But
another guy I've got is I will say Tutu Atwell.
mm,
Hmm.
if he's available,
Yeah.
where's he at currently?
Nowhere right now.
Oh, really? I thought he was on a team right now.
Nope, he's nowhere.
Oh, well, that's a Louisville guy, so
Exactly. So it could build a big fan base around the Louisville Kings right now.
absolutely. If to Atwell will be a name everyone will be familiar with. Hey, we talked about Lynn Bowden.
Go ahead.
Let's get Lynn. Well, let's listen. Let's get if we're getting Benny Snell, let's get Lynn Bowden in there too, man.
Got to, bro.
I mean, we talked about it before. He tried to make it in the CFL, couldn't. He was on the DC Defenders last year, didn't make the final cuts, which they had a good roster. I mean, they had
a heck of a roster last year.
They won a championship. I don't know the reason why he didn't make it on the team, or another team didn't pick him up after he didn't make the cuts. Because I mean that happens too. Some people get cuts from teams didn't fit, might fit on another team. But the Louisville Kings, let's go ahead and get him in there, see what he can do, because that's going to be a name people are going to get excited for. If you have Benny Snell in there, you have Lynn Bowden Jr. in there. Lynn Bowden can do a lot.
He can do a lot of things. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. Exactly.
You can run Wildcat, and if you have a Wildcat package,
look out.
You don't know what they're going to do. You better be prepared for anything because he can throw it. He's
another guy I have on my list is Hakeem Butler.
Ooh, that's like number one on the list. I would assume he would be back with the Battlehawks.
And that's where he's at, is the Battlehawks.
But if you look at what Anthony Beck, because he seems like he's kind of stubborn and like strict with some of his players, because like he got rid of he got rid of AJ McCarron, and then he got rid of who is that? Max Duggar, the quarterback of that.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Max Duggar was the backup. I thought he would be the starter. They had what was that name? Manny Willicks.
Yep, Willicks.
I think he would probably be the returning quarterback. He got hurt. Max Duggar had to finish the season. Max is a mobile quarterback. He mostly had rushing stats than he did passing, but they still had a productive offense. And they got one of my favorite guys as their OC, Brad Gronkowski, used to be Ben Roethlisberger's backup. So he's the OC for Anthony Beck. And they got rid of Max Duggar, and now he's in the CFL. So Max is probably not going to be back in the UFL at least anytime soon unless he gets cut. But, I mean, Max Duggar, that's another one we could add to our list too, man. I'd love to have Max Duggar.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think he looked bad. I don't know what it is with Anthony Beck. He got rid of two good quarterbacks back to back. But, Anthony Beck, which they're a good team, but they, when they got to the playoffs, they couldn't do it.
Exactly.
They got the best fan base out there.
Probably one of the best fan bases out there.
Oh, speaking of CFL, though, did you, the Grey Cup was this weekend?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Montreal Alouettes. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders won the Grey Cup, and guess who their quarterback was?
Johnny Manziel.
No.
Johnny.
No, Johnny is dude. You know about his story with CFL. He hated the CFL.
He hated CFL. It was just hopes and dreams.
No, former XFL quarterback Jack Cohn.
Really?
Yeah, so
Wow,
he won the Grey Cup and was, I think he was the MVP. So,
nice, good for him. That's
I
awesome.
mean, the quarterbacks in coming out of these leagues are not bad. So like
No,
if I mean CFL, listen, I know it's not the NFL, but it is it's one of Canada's top sports, and you even heard it from Chad Ochocinco because he played a little bit in there. Those guys are good.
those guys are
CFL
very good. He said.
CFL has guys like NFL guys can go up there, even some of the best guys, and struggle. So,
Oh yeah.
congrats to Jack Cohn on winning the Grey Cup. But you got any
Uh,
other receivers on your list?
Another guy so I got two more guys. They may be on your list, maybe not. Jeff Badditt.
Actually, yeah, he is on my list too.
He's a former Wildcat, so I mean,
Yeah. So I did some research on him too. He was in the CFL for a little bit, but then it said that he was on the retired list. That doesn't mean he wouldn't come back to play somewhere
right.
local, but former UK Wildcat. So last time he played for the Vipers in Vegas, he had 557 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns, and that team was not good, but he was their top target, so he is a good player. So
Yep.
if he's able to go, and this fits the profile of the players they're looking for, someone who's from the area. So like Jeff Badditt would be definitely someone they should look into or reach out to.
Another guy I have is Vinny Papali.
He's on my list too, yeah, because he was Memphis Showboat. Especially on special teams. He was one of the receivers.
So he had 10. This is for his career, everybody. Okay, he had 10 career 10, 10 touchdowns for 1,000 yards,
So
and he had
he's a
and
seasoned
he
vet.
yes, and he had five return touchdowns.
Nice.
Yes.
So good special teams. We like special teams. So he can return it, and especially with that the way they did the kickoff now, that's hard to return kicks. So everyone knows who his dad was.
So if you don't know who his dad was from the movie Invincible. Vince
Yep,
Papali.
Vince Papale. So his son. I also saw that he is currently playing for a professional flag football team in Europe.
Yes.
Just won the championship, and apparently he was one of the top receivers in that league. So he is, if he's available, he's probably going to be playing with a lot of players he played with, possibly played with a coach or for a coach that he played for. So let's get someone like him because he's probably going to.
I'd be nice. It'd be nice to have Vinny Papali in here.
Yeah, that's a familiar name, so that'd be exciting. Anyone else on your list?
That's everybody on my list. Go ahead with your list.
Another one, I think. Let's see. Another one that you haven't talked about is Daywand Davis. I think that's how you say his name.
Dawood Davis.
Dawood Davis. Yeah, Dawood Davis.
Yes, he's on my list. I absolutely. You say that. I forgot about him. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
he was on the Showboats roster as well. I didn't get stats for him, but he did make the All UFL team, so he must have been good. Also fits the profile.
Where's he from, though?
Western Kentucky. He played at Oregon and then transferred to Western Kentucky, so that fits the profile of the players that we they want us to get. So I mean, it looks like we got some players that are good, and then some others that haven't played in this league yet that they can throw in there and possibly put together a good team. So we'll move on to some defensive players now because this is where it gets.
Do you got any tight ends or no, or not yet?
I tried to look up some. I couldn't find any.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sure.
I didn't know. I didn't know if you had any or whatnot, so that's fine.
I'm sure we'll come up with some names. I want to get some guys with some stats and stuff
right.
like that.
I got you.
There is a guy from EKU. I can't think of his name, but he was like a couple of years ago. he played with we talked about Brendan Sloan. That's another one running back too. He tried to get in the NFL last year. Didn't get. I think he had a tryout, but he didn't get on a roster. But Brendan Sloan would be another one too, because I'm sure he's going to be interested in trying to get another opportunity to get into the league. But he played at EKU and then finished his last year at Ball State. He was one of the best backs at EKU. He is an exclusive back as well. So when he was at Ball State, I mean, he was like the top rusher, and I think he was one of their leading in receiving too. So a guy that can catch it out of the backfield. I mean, you put him on those wheel routes, man, he'll catch it.
I mean, he's going to the house.
If he's got a lane, he's gone. But he's a local Kentucky boy, and he would be great addition to the Kings. But Parker McKinney, that was another quarterback from EKU.
Yes. Whatever happened to him?
He had a tryout with the Vikings, didn't make it. I don't know what he's doing now or where he's at, but I mean, if you can get him into training camp just to see, hold on a second. I had to do that stupid puzzle thing. Anyways, yeah, I mean, if he's still if he's interested and he's still in good shape, I mean, get him in there and see what he's capable of, because he was really good player for EKU.
He was a stud.
One of the top FCS quarterbacks, so that's another one that would work. And there was a tight end they had. I can't remember his name, but he was an NFL prospect too. I don't think he. Because I used to go to some of their camps and some of their coaching clinics and stuff, and we would watch the practices, talk with the coaches and stuff. They were really high on that tight end. I can't remember his name, but man, he looked like an NFL player, just the way he was built and everything. So he was one of their top receivers too. I mean, even though he was a tight end, but he was one of their top targets. So, if they get someone like him, but I'm sure there's some tight end names we'll come across here soon. But
oh yeah. So who do you have for linebackers here?
I don't have any linebackers. I have a couple of DBs. I got a defensive end, and then I do have a kicker. From all these guys play for the Showboats, but a lot of these guys were really good players for the Showboats, and will probably be a great addition for the Kings. It'd be exciting. But first one is defensive end / edge rusher Jordan Ferguson. He had
45 tackles,
7 for a loss, and 5 sacks. So we love edge rushers. So we get someone like that, he's going to be a star player for sure. I got a couple DBs here. I got Quentin Meeks. He had 2 interceptions. And then we had Delrick Abrams also.
Yeah, he also had 2 interceptions in 2024.
So those DBs, I mean, you got 4 turnovers right there. I mean, that's going to be a great turnover margin. So, and then on top of that, you have Lamont McPatter. Ball State guy. So Ball State ain't too far from Louisville, I don't think. So former Ball State player, he had 14 tackles and 1 interception when he played for the Showboats. So there's 3 DBs there. And then for a kicker, I got Matt Coughlin. He was 16 for 18 on field goals for the Showboats. So
so my punter would be Marquette King, former All-Pro NFL punter, fan favorite, and it'd be nice, I mean, sweet to see him in some Louisville Kings gear and, booming 60-yarders.
He even had I think he even took one for a touchdown last year too. Wasn't planned, but he planned it, I think. But he's capable of making throws or running it for touchdowns, whatever.
But the only downfall right now is he's with the DC Defenders.
No, he's with Dallas.
Sorry, yes, Dallas. Sorry,
He was,
what is it?
yeah, he was with Bob Stoops. There's a clip of him when he scored that touchdown
Yeah,
where Bob Stoops was kind of laughing because I don't think that was planned, but he was like, "Hey, I had it open, so I was like, I took it into it." Um, there was another punter too for the Brahmas that I liked. He was paired up with Destroying.
yeah. It'd be nice to get destroying up
What's
here.
his name? He's Australian.
Oh,
He wears like a visor. Like
yeah. I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name right now.
he even played for the Steelers too.
Yep.
But yeah, he's a good punter. Like I don't know why. Which I know the NFL it's hard because they only take one kicker, they only take one punter. But the kickers, well, if you look at it, you got Jake Bates with the Detroit Lions right now. He used to play for the Panthers. You got Aubrey for Dallas, a really good kicker. So like
A heck of a kicker.
so the kickers, and then Rodrigo Blankenship. I know he's probably going to play for the Battlehawks again if he does. But heck, man, why doesn't Rodrigo Blankenship? Why isn't he on an NFL roster? I
He
mean,
should be on. He should be on an NFL roster. That's insane.
yeah, dude. Shout out to Rodrigo Blankenship. He's on TikTok quite a bit. But yeah, man.
So speaking of Rodrigo Blankenship, did you see? He was on the Pat McAfee. He was on the college game day, and he kicked uh,
Yeah,
what was it? A 55-yard touchdown, like it was nothing.
or a field goal.
Yeah,
Listen, man.
field goal. Sorry.
Yeah, get Rodrigo Blankenship into the NFL, man. He's a national treasure. Let's get him in there.
He needs to be in there.
Yeah, but I think that's all we got for players right now. I mean, we went through a lot. Hope get these names out there though. I mean, share it out, especially Benny Snell. Let's get Benny Snell out there.
Let's get Benny Snell in here.
Yeah, Benny Snell. If you ever listen to this, buddy, we would love to get you on the show. We would love to talk to you. But now let's talk to about because we talked about it earlier in the show. We were talking about ticket sales, potential attendance. I'll go through some stuff here because I think we're gonna have a good fan base. We're playing at Lynn Family Stadium. They're right on the river. They're in downtown Louisville. It's a soccer stadium, but it's a 15,000 seat capacity stadium. I was looking up. I was just curious, what's the fan base like that's going to possibly go to this game? Because right now at that stadium, you got Louisville FC and you got Racing Louisville, which is the women's team. Real loyal fan bases for that. I was looking at average attendance for those games. So there's 15,000 that can fill up that stadium. But the average attendance for those games is anywhere from 9,751 to 10,547. So not bad. They're
Not bad. Not bad.
about filling up the stadium, and that is probably ballpark what we're going to be looking at for these games is probably around 10,000 fans, which will be good. I would love it if it's a sold out game. Maybe if we have
Oh
a good
yeah.
if we have a good, I mean, who knows? Opening weekend or the opening game might be sold out or almost full. Hopefully, it is. But I think you got some stats or you got some attendance for on average for some of these teams, don't you?
I do. Okay, so my first one would be the Battlehawks. They're at 34,365.
Yeah, they play Dome of America.
Yep.
Yeah.
The next one I have is the DC Defenders, and they are at 14,143. The next one I have are the Stallions. They're at 10,255.
Okay.
Dane at America is 67,000.
Okay, so they almost fill that stadium up.
They almost fill the stadium. Listen to this next one though. It's insane. Protective Stadium, 47,100.
And then
So
you said the Stallions average what over 10,000.
yeah, over 10,000.
I'm pretty sure for that stadium they only open up half of the stadium, which that's kind of to me that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, because you
Uh,
would want you'd want more fans to pack your stadium, right?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
at
Yeah,
least I guess.
I don't know because I was watching the USFL games when that league started back up, and they were playing because they had a hub then. They were only playing.
Yeah.
All the games were in Birmingham. Birmingham has two different stadiums. They got the older UAB stadium, and then Protective Stadium is the new one. And of course, for the Stallions games, those games had the best attendance. And then you look at the other games; they were like halfway empty.
Yeah.
Cheap tickets. I
So
think it's easy
go
for
ahead.
all those teams to, or for people to go to those games. But you had so many games playing. I mean, because you had 8 teams playing in one city, and you basically had 4 games going on, 2 at one stadium, 2 at the other. So
Right. So the last three I have, Audi Field is 20,000.
hmm
Crew Stadium, which is Columbus, is 20,000, and Shell Energy in Houston. I didn't get that one, but I'm thinking it was like
I got
15.
that. I got that
Okay,
one.
well you got it. I didn't get that one all the
So I
way.
think you got the Dome of America, you got Protective Stadium, you got Audi Field, Toyota Stadium is at 20,500. The historic Crew Stadium in Columbus, 20,000.
Yep. So
Um,
we need the Shell Energy Houston. What
Shell
what?
Energy is 22,000, and then
Okay.
Interco Stadium in Orlando is 25,500.
Okay, so Dana America almost out of everybody here almost fills their stadium.
Yeah, well, I mean, it helps when you know that town used to have a professional team. So, because I've talked to somebody who has family there, and they said that they get their season ticket holders to Battlehawk games. So, like that is their
Yeah,
team in that town. They got
that's crazy.
they
Can
got the
you
St.
can you
Louis.
can you imagine 67,000 people?
If they could fill that up, that would be awesome. I mean, they would just have to. I mean, it's cool because like I've watched those games, and at least the lower bowl is completely filled, and then they open up a few of the seats up on the top section.
Right.
So,
But
um,
still though, 67 to 47,
yeah.
67,000. I got that backwards. 47,000 to 67,000. That's great.
I think at one time they topped over 40,000. So like 3/4 of that stadium is full for those games. So
Right.
like,
I'm
that is
just
a
saying though. That's
that
crazy
is
numbers.
a fan base right there. Like
Yes.
that is why
That is a loyal fan base.
that is why they are still there. And then you got Protective Stadium, which can fill 47,000. They can only put 10,000 in that stadium. That's sad. Like, come on, Stallions fans. Like, they got 3 championships. They've been to the playoffs every year. Like, come on, man, build that fan base up.
Build exactly.
Then the second stadium here, which I mean, now the rest of these stadiums. So you got our stadium, which is actually the lowest in the attendance, right?
Right.
But you look at all these averages, like, because I have the averages here too. So like, DC averaged 14,000, Brahmas
Yep.
almost 12,000 in their stadium. So they're no longer around, and they were playing at the Alamo Dome, which I'm pretty sure could fit an NFL team there, because I think a couple of times they've talked about moving an NFL team there. Stallions at 10,000, Renegades 9,800, so almost 10,000 for
Almost
Renegades.
10,000.
They
Yep.
were playing at one of the old baseball stadiums there. I can't remember the name of it, but they were playing. Was it Globe Life Park maybe?
Yep. Global.
Then you got the Panthers who were playing at Ford Field. They only could average about 8,000. Then the Roughnecks, they were playing at the Houston Cougars Stadium, 7,000. And then Showboats that were playing at the Memphis Stadium there for the Memphis Tigers. don't they have don't they have a bowl there too every
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
But they only had 6,800 fans on
That's
average.
crazy.
So like 4 of these teams are under 10,000, then the rest of them are above 10,000. So I mean, it's good that they're moving because you look at all these stadiums, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are 15 to 25,000, which is good because for
That's
what
good.
it
Yeah.
is, this is why we were kind of comparing like we were comparing the soccer teams here. We were comparing, like the minor league teams and stuff like those games are like, they're filling up anywhere from 5 to 6,000 and those soccer is close to 10, around 10,000. So like, that's what we're going to be looking at as far as, fans that are going to be coming to these stadiums. But it'll be interesting to see in these new cities, especially, what the attendance is going to be like because, it's going to be in smaller venues, but that might attract more fans, believe it or not, just because it's a different atmosphere. It's going to be a closer atmosphere and experience. So,
What are you thinking? Who you think's going to have the best fan base this year?
well, obviously, nobody really can compete with the Battlehawks. I don't think.
Besides the Battlehawks.
The Defenders have always had they've almost filled up that stadium. You got the Beer Snake going on there,
Yeah.
the Lemons. So that's a good fan base. And from the looks of it, it looks like our fan base is next. We're next in line. I don't know how Orlando's going to do. I don't know how Columbus
I'm
is.
pumped. I know that. I'm ready to watch some local King football.
Here's an interesting fact about Columbus. All right, you ready?
What's up?
So Columbus is playing in the old Crew Stadium. So the Columbus Crew, which is the MLS team there in Columbus, they have their own stadium on the south end of town. The historic Crew Stadium is on the north end of town. So besides,
I did not know that. So
Yeah,
that's
so-
some interesting.
so the Battlehawks technically have their own stadium, right?
Right.
And then Columbus Aviators are going to have their own stadium as well that's not shared to anybody right now. So those are 2 teams that are going to have their own stadium. No one else is playing it. Everyone else they're sharing. So
That's insane. That's awesome.
yeah. So the old historic Crew Stadium could be basically updated to look more just like a solo UFL
Right.
stadium, which is going to be cool.
Yeah. That'd be cool to have.
So yeah, man. This is the information. You can Google this, but we're sitting here talking about it. We're predicting, what we think is going to happen. I think we're going to have that. We're going to be the next fan base that's going to be loyal, in my opinion.
Oh, we have to be. We have to be.
So, let's talk about some fan engagement here and what we're expecting for like game day. Like, I think people already are talking about tailgating already. I think they're going to allow tailgating. It sounds like I've looked up when family. I haven't been there for like a soccer game or anything. I don't know when the soccer season starts. I don't know if it starts before this. The season kicks off. If it does, I might want to go up to a game up there just to get familiar with the stadium.
Stadium, exactly. Yeah, we'll definitely ride up and get familiar with it.
Yeah, I think SmackDown's going to be at KFC Yum Center in February, so maybe we'll go up then and kind of get familiar with the land and all that.
Yeah.
But from the looks of it, it looks like the parking lot there is pretty good for that stadium. So it looks like you don't have to like park.
So do you have to walk far? How far do you got to walk, or is it just real close?
I think you just park. I think there's a good sized parking lot for the stadium. So I think most of the people there. I don't know. Now I hope if you get season tickets, I think you automatically should get like a parking spot. I think that should be.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't know if that is the case or not, but like if it's a setup kind of like the stadium there in Lexington for their soccer team, which I know they have a smaller stadium, but it's still like a good sized stadium for soccer. when you go to a game there, you just park in the parking lot and it's free. So I hope it's like that. I don't know if it
That'd be
is.
nice. That would be real nice.
I'll have to do the research and look and see. But if that's the case, I think we can just park there and then you can maybe tailgate at your
car,
at your spot. I mean, for me, man, if this thing takes off, I would love for us to do like a pre-show somewhere. Like
that'd be cool.
Like a pre-show or an after show, somewhere, almost like a little mini college game day thing, man. That'd be cool. Or if there's a restaurant kind of close within the area, because I've been looking up some places to go before and after a game. Like there's a couple places south of the stadium. Another person suggested, no, this is right outside the Louisville Bat Stadium, which looked like it was kind of like walking distance to the stadium, but like I don't know because it's different. Like in Cincinnati, I'm familiar with like the Cincinnati area. I'm familiar with the Lexington area. I'm familiar with the Knoxville area, right?
Right.
If I go to an event or whatever, like I feel like I could park somewhere and then walk to wherever and be comfortable. Louisville's a little different though because
you don't want to walk around Louisville.
Yeah, from what I heard, even like because I've been downtown Louisville, like I've been to like 4th Street Live and stuff, and I didn't know that you could be parking somewhere and then going down the 4th Street Live and
you just steal your car,
steal your car, or just get like mugged or something. And I didn't know that because a lot of people go there a lot, but I mean, so like. We'll still have to do our research and stuff, and maybe this is one of those things where we'll go early enough before the game. Unless it's like a noon or 1 o'clock kickoff, we might have to kind of plan good to where we can get somewhere, stop somewhere, and then go to the game. Or if it's one of those early games, we might just tailgate at the stadium. But if it's a later game in the evening, maybe we can do. We can stop somewhere like Against the Grain Brewery is a place that I heard about.
That don't sound bad.
No, it sounds like a good because I've seen that Kroger. They got some Against the Grain drinks. I need to get some and try it out because
So what kind of drinks do they have?
It's like craft beer. So
okay.
I know that ain't necessarily your forte, but
no, it's not my forte.
But I think you can always find one that you enjoy. Like they got different. But
I just don't know how you drink
I looked up that place. That's definitely a place you can go and get a flight and try different drinks of theirs, and then they got food there too. So that's a potential hangout spot. And then there's a couple I think there's like a distillery in a couple places near Lynn Family Stadium that we'd like to try out possibly as well.
Oh, for sure.
But if there's any restaurants that sees the show and wants us to either sponsor us or
you speak of sponsors. We got a sponsor. Did I tell you that?
I think you did, man. I forgot that you mentioned it, but yeah, man.
Sponsor, and it kind of just clicked with me.
All right.
So shout out to EPC. Whatever you need, give them a shout. You can find them on Facebook or the phone book. So give them a shout.
What does EPC do?
Build houses. Whatever you need, they'll come out and help you. They're a jack of all trades.
All right, so construction, like it, man. So shout out to APC, man. So if you need some construction work, holler at Jay because he'll hook you up.
I'll give you the hookup.
Yeah, but yeah, man. If there's any local places that would like us to come and hang out, and we could record there, and maybe even. If we have some guests or something too, we can come on and just have a little hangout and do our show there. We'd be more than happy to do that if the invitation is there.
Exactly.
But as far as like game day and stuff, Jay, because every fan base has their own little traditions. every team usually has like their own run out songs, and then there's always fan traditions, things that fans do during the games. Like what do you expect like the atmosphere to be like, and what do you think the fans should do during the games, and how they should kind of act as fans for the Louisville
Um,
team?
well, I think first of all, everyone's gonna be loud. They're gonna be obnoxious, whatnot. But I think by the second, third games when people's really going, pop off and just have a good time and enjoy football and just enjoy Louisville King football because that first time there you don't know what to think. You're just kind of like you're just there. You know what I mean? And so you're just observing everything. That's what I was looking for. Observing and just taking everything in. So by that second, third game, you're just like, all right, let's get
So
rowdy.
you're saying
Let's
by the
get
second, third game, we should know what our fan base is like.
right.
But I mean, if you had like say you're going in their game, first game, how are you going to dress for one, and then
I would. It
how are
depends.
you going to act as a fan?
Depends
Like
on depends on weather. Honestly, on how I dress.
what kind of fan are you going to be there when you show up to the stadium?
Oh, I'm gonna be loud, baby.
You going to be one of them loud, obnoxious fans, just highly energetic.
Yes, I'm gonna be one of those loud guys. One of
Well,
those
I kind
loud
of told you
fans.
before, like I have an idea, and I think we're going to expect Fall City probably to be a part of the game and part of the stadium because it already is for Louisville
I
FC.
already have a crown, so I'm just waiting on everything else.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they have crowns to hand out, but I think I told you what my idea was for a crown. I'm gonna get a
Yep.
crown and kind of decorate it and everything because I expect this.
I kind of sent it out today. Just get the look of it and see what it looked like. It looked pretty good, but the name I went with today was even funnier. But yeah, I'm excited for it to wear my crown.
Yeah, and I want to make a beer Excalibur out of beer cans. Make me a beer sword. Yep. I want to be the
I
guy
knight
that
you.
knits people. Yeah, man. Because like the defenders, they got their thing. They got the beer snake. I think we're gonna have our own little thing. Um,
So what kind of fan you gonna be?
I'm gonna be one of those. I want to be one of those fans that because I told you where I want to sit. I want to sit in the end zone, the
Yeah,
stands.
so you want to trash talk the opposing team,
I
huh?
want to be up front and center, and I want to. I'm gonna try to stand out to where I want to be seen on ESPN, kind of like we see people because like you see like Battlehawks fans like they'll wear like the I think some of them have like night gear with like I think I've seen some that have like a hawk head and like wings.
Yeah.
The defenders, I've seen one guy. He's in a full like night suit and he's got a shield. And I want to be one of those guys wearing a crown, maybe wearing like a king's cape, and then I got that beer sword. and
Knight you. I knight you.
yeah, maybe have some gold on me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'll obviously be wearing like either maybe a jersey or one of our shirts. Um, definitely have some glasses, some cool shades on for sure. Another thing I thought there's two things I thought would be cool for fans to do too, because I want us to
What's
be
that?
loud. I want us to be that fan. If we're gonna show up, we got to be a
We gotta
great.
show out.
We got to be a great fan base too. We got to be a fan base that people talk about. They're already talking. They're already talking about like the King's Corner and there's some other stuff I've heard about like was like the King's Stable, like there's a couple other names I've heard, but yeah, I heard there's like a fan council going on too. I don't know how we can get involved in that, but I want to be involved
I
in
want to be
that.
involved. Yeah.
I want to be involved in that But there's a couple of things because I was thinking about local sports here in the state, and I remember going to back in the day. Now they were only around for 2 years, but it was. Well, I remember when I went, it was a pretty big deal. It was at Rupp Arena, but you remember the Kentucky Thoroughblades?
Yes,
So
bro.
yeah, man, they had great uniforms and everything too. Like they had that. That was during that era where like a lot of those hockey teams, you saw that teal. And then
Yep.
so you had like the white, teal, and purple. But I remember when we went to those games, they had these horns. I know horns are kind of like more of a soccer thing, but I mean, heck, we're going to be in a soccer stadium, and if this is a thing as well, we would as fans we have to be responsible because if you have like a noisemaker or something that could be and we know this as coaches too, that can be a penalty. Right.
Yep.
But if they can allow horns and we're smart as fans and we can do it, but they used to have these long purple horns and that's what everyone like if the third blade scored a goal, everyone was blowing those horns. So
Horns,
I
yeah.
think that would kind of fit into what we got going on with the combination of kingdom royalty. Along with like the horse racing thing, because they play like
That goes hand in hand with what we got going on.
so like if we could do that, we don't want to be as fans, we want to be smart because we want our team to be successful. We don't want to cause penalties, but like if horns can be a thing for I think that'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
I don't know how likely that would be, but I think that would be a cool idea if we had like horns, like either they were like green or gold, something like that.
Yeah.
Another thing too, and this kind of because I know I'm a Steelers fan, and this doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Steelers, but you see this, you actually see it at UK games sometimes in the student section. And then you also see it. It's a big deal at Western Kentucky. But if we had towels,
the towels, yeah.
So if we had towels
so
too,
kind of like the terrible towels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Western Kentucky has the towels, because that's
Yeah.
part of their logo.
Let's see. What they call those?
They're the Hilltoppers, but they got the towel. Like the towel is like the major logo for Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's a big deal there too,
So because they just like the Steelers have the terrible towel, they've got a name for their towel. I can't remember what the name of it is.
Oh, Western, yeah, I can't remember what. I used to have one actually, but
let me do some research because I got some family that live down
I
there.
think that would be easy, and that'd be an easy thing to maybe hand out or purchase before you go into those games. But
yeah,
I think if you have something like that, it's easy fan interaction. It's fun. It gets people excited. And then we got to figure out what the run out song is going to be too, because that's going to be a big deal.
That's going to be a big deal. If you remember when we went to our first Kentucky game, we got some towels.
Yeah, we did. Because they handed out in the section that we sit, because we sit kind of near the student section. So that end zone where they come out, usually everyone has towels. So towels is a big thing in the state. So let's add that to our fan base, because I don't think anyone in the UFL is doing that. So let's be that team,
That's exactly. So what do you think our run out song is? Just
I
off the
got
top
a
of your
couple,
head.
and I actually came up with a new one. Because we talked about that before, didn't we?
I don't think so.
I think Power, which I know the Aggies do that. Power is a good one. I think that relates to our team name, so Power by Kanye.
Yep.
Inner Sandman would be a good one too.
Don't Penn State do that one?
No, Penn State does. See, they got Mobamba, but Mobamba is that's something they do like right after kickoff, like when a team's coming out on the field and stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of a big deal.
So who am I? Is it Virginia?
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. Yeah.
They do Inner Sandman.
Yeah.
And another one too. I'm gonna say a lyric here, okay?
Okay.
Trying to think how it goes. I got loyalty, royalty inside my DNA.
Ooh, okay. Okay. I see you. I
Kendrick
see
Lamar.
you. Drop it, hit me with the Kendrick Lamar bars.
Mm-hmm. I
That'd be,
think
that'd
that
be,
I think that would fit.
that would definitely fit.
I can see right now, like on the big screen, it goes dark,
And then
and
it turns like to
you hear that.
like
You
a
hear
neon
that.
green.
You hear that.
Yeah.
I got
And
loyalty, royalty inside my DNA.
and then you see, the stadium light up green and lime green, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be bad. That'd be
I
cool.
think that needs to be the song.
That needs to be the song.
DNA. I like it.
I like it.
Uh, I think we'll get that out there so that people can get
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
it. But I think that needs to be the run out song though. But I don't think we got anything else to talk about, do we?
I don't think so, but
I think I think we covered everything so far.
yeah. Like I said, be on the lookout for our shirts. They'll be out here within. What do you say? How many weeks? What do you think?
It'd be at least a couple, but we can start taking orders. We're gonna follow us on Facebook. It's the same thing. Football is King. You can look us up, and then you can look us up on our YouTube as well. We're gonna get a link tree eventually and have everything together so that everybody can find us all at the same thing. But for those who have came on live, thanks for watching. I know there's people that popped in and out. I don't think we saw any comments or anything, but for those on YouTube, man, thanks for watching. Please share this, and we're going to be putting out more content on there. We also got a we do one where we cover a little bit of everything. We talk about UK football a lot. We talk about Louisville a little bit. We talk about NFL, so we talk about like Bengals, Steelers, some of the local teams, and then some of the big stuff that's going on. So we do a show on that as well. And
Oh, did we mention the colors of the shirts we have?
I think you did, but go ahead and repeat.
Okay. So the three colors we have are black, gray, and green. Kind of like what Connor has on
The jersey,
his screen. Like
yeah.
kind of like the jersey there.
So the dark
Um,
green,
yeah, the dark green. So,
yeah. We
like he said, we're taking orders now, and let's get out there.
we
Let's put
saw the
ourselves out
mock
there.
up. We saw the mock up for the green. The green really looks good, especially with the lime green. So it fits. It fits
It
the
fits
logo,
the
the
yeah.
logo and everything. So, but yeah,
I
man,
like the black one. I like the black one on this.
I like them all. The gray's good. I mean, I'm gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear those shirts a lot. I'm gonna wear them out in public. I'm gonna wear
Yep.
them. I'm gonna wear them to work because my job, it's pretty. The dress code is pretty relaxed, so I can pretty much wear anything. It also fits the school colors where I work too. So,
So somebody said in the comments, what are the sizes?
we have all sizes from small all the way to extra large, and then we for you bigger guys, we even have some of the like the double X and triple XLs too. Those are going to cost a little bit more, but not too much more. But it does cost a little bit more because getting those sizes does cost a little bit extra. So, but we are big guy friendly.
We are big guy friendly.
Yeah. So we support the big guys. So, but that's all we got, man. We're waiting for the head coach announcement. Once the head coach announcement comes out, we're going to talk about that. Hopefully, there's a press conference and all that good stuff. I mean, they did a press conference on the team release and everything, so I would assume they might do that with the coach and everything. So, if not, I mean, we're still going to cover and talk about the coach and just kind of speculate on maybe who the OC DC might be, and then we could
So
probably
I guess that's gonna be next week's show.
the next show we do it will probably
Yeah, the
be.
next show we do will be the OC in DC.
I would say probably first week of December. Yeah, immediately after
Yeah.
the coaches announce, we are going to do a show though, and then we might get an idea of the players we're going to get to. I think there's a good chance some of the names we mentioned today are going to be on there. But we're right now we're speculating, and we're going to keep doing show as long as there's new news that's getting released. We're going to keep talking about it until things are really fully going, and then we'll definitely do weekly shows then. And then when the season kicks off, we'll probably do a show before the game,
And do one after.
and then one after. So we'll have a lot of content then. And then for some of you Kentucky people, we're going to be doing a lot of middle school stuff coming up here soon because me and Jay are middle school coaches. We're doing the All-Star Classic coming up, so we're going to have a lot of content next week just on that alone. So
Stay tuned because it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride.
yeah, so stay tuned, and then we appreciate everyone that watches and follows and shares and all that good stuff. So we do this for you guys. We do this for fun. We want to get information out there for you people, entertain you people. We have conversations about the stuff we talk about all the time. We're just like, hey, why not record it? So,
Yep.
but Jay, you got anything else to add?
I don't. So, I'm Jay. Peace.
I'm Connor, and football's king.